Okay, let's talk about wonder from page 260 through 280 today. So, in the beginning of the semester, there was a phenomenon called the war at Beecher Prep, the school called Beecher Prep. So, when Augie first came to the school, there were some kids who didn't like how Augie looked. So, Augie has facial deformity. So, he looks like a monster to some kids' eyes. So, Julian, who was at the center of the bullies, he gathered some other kids such as Henry, Miles, and Amos, and then they divided the school into three groups. The first group belonged to the Julian's group, the bullies. The second group was a minority, including Jack, Summer, and Augie himself, and some girls who stayed neutral. So, since the war was going on, Augie was constantly teased, and his best friend Jack was also teased along. But since they started the summer school, something changed the dynamics, the atmosphere, and the group changed. So Augie and Jack went into the forest to pee, and then they ran into seventh graders from other school, and they started calling Augie an alien, and especially this large seventh grader kid called Eddie started teasing and bullying Augie very much. And Amos, Henry, and Miles, they suddenly appeared and saved Augie and Jack from the situation. So, um, this is a very important shift in the novel because these three boys were not close to Augie and had even teased him at school. But why did their actions and why did their behavior change? There were several factors. So these three boys spent almost a year together with Augie in the same school, and then at first they didn't like how Augie looked, but over time they were able to see beyond his physical appearance. They saw the intelligence and sense of humor and kindness that Augie had. So the barrier inside their mind gradually broke down. So they were able to see Augie as a person, not just a kid, not just a freak with facial deformity. Also, the context of a summer camp it played a major role. So, summer camp is the place where many different schools gather together. So, Amos, Henry, and Miles, they were able to see themselves as a school, as a team. So, they were able to see Augie, perceive Augie as a team member. So, uh, they had this sense of unity, and they felt that they needed to protect Augie because Augie was part of the team, part of the same school. Also, when they saw Augie being mistreated by large seventh graders, a sense of justice inside them was triggered. And then they thought that was really wrong, and they saw Augie and Jack were in real danger of getting hurt, so their innate sense of right and wrong was sparked, and they ended up defending their peers. So I guess by spending one year along with Augie, it gave them a great chance for them to grow and become mature, and it was a chance for their internal growth and maturity as well. Yeah, so after fighting with the seventh graders, the five boys ran away together, and this shared experience of running away created a powerful bond between these five boys. So they experienced it together, they overcame this collective adversity together. So after this event, they were laughing about it and they're sharing the memories and they formed this new sense of unity. So in this kind of frightening situation, we need support and cooperation. So in this kind of high stress situations, uh, no matter differences we might have, um, it's easy to break down the social barriers and then the barriers that we had in our mind. So through this experience, they were able to form trust and interdependence on each other. Also, Amos, Henry, and Miles, I don't really know how they have been feeling for the entire year, but I'm sure they were doubting whether their actions were right and wrong while following Julian. But while defending Augie and Jack, they were able to feel proud of themselves. They were able to feel a sense of moral satisfaction because of their own bravery. So they acted as protectors and they faced the challenge together and they felt like a team, and that's why they felt strong friendship after this incident. Also, the attitude of the rest of the school also changed. So the kids were really worried because they heard that Augie was hurt in the process. So Augie was just not somebody who needed to view with curiosity, but Augie became somebody who deserves their support and kindness. Also, the rest of the school heard that those five kids stood up against older bullies and showed their bravery. So these five boys um, became the subject of admiration for other kids. And Amos, Henry, and Miles, they're popular kids and they're influential kids, and they led other kids to follow suit. Um, so they set an example for other kids. And then these kind of stories, these kind of rumors, when they start circulating, uh, more facts are added, not facts, but then more embellishments, um, more they become exaggerated as they get circulated with some dramas and heroic elements added onto it over and over. So these stories capture the imagination and emotions of other students. And then uh, I think the rest of the school also felt like they were part of the story of bravery, part of the narrative of bravery, and they sort of felt proud. So I think this incident brought Beecher Prep as a community together. So I think having Augie, I think Mr. Tushman's intention of having Augie at the school and then teaching the kids uh, tolerance and generosity and kindness and empathy worked really well. And then it was a learning experience, not just for Augie, but then for everybody at Beecher Prep. Okay, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you.